Ask an attorney about Florida law. Ask an attorney, just give him a call.
This is Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law with attorney Joe Pippen. If you have a legal question, call Joe right now in Tampa. Call 813-287-5700. Anywhere else, toll free at 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. The law office is open. And now your host, Joe Pippen.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. I'm attorney Joe Pippen, practicing attorney. The law office is open. Hey, can I help you with a problem? Doesn't have to be a legal problem, but we do answer legal questions here, and we answer questions with people who have just a need to know a little bit more, maybe have a little peace of mind, get hit in the right direction. If you have a legal question, you have a toll-free number, 877-943-9673. Again, I'm attorney Joe Pippen. Your question can be about anything on this live broadcast on Saturday mornings. And if you have a legal question about estate planning, wills, trust, probate, guardianship, power of attorneys, you have a question about real estate matters, family law matters, next door neighbor problems, landlord-tenant problems, if you have a question about anything, give us a call. Again, you have a toll-free number. You're listening to a live show. You might be watching it on Facebook Live or WeBeam TV. Also carries this as a live broadcast on Saturday mornings. Every other Saturday mornings, actually, they do that. But if you have a legal question, become one of our callers. Your call helps other people that are listening to the show as well. So you have a toll-free number, 877-943-9673. Do you know life can be short? A lot shorter than you expect sometimes. Yesterday, I drove to Gainesville to see a family member. Early in the morning that morning, I was going to cross the Howard Franklin Bridge. And before I left, I was on my computer a little bit. I get a news alert type of email saying that the northbound part of the Howard Franklin Bridge was closed. Further went on to explain that a car was going the wrong way on the northbound side of the bridge there and collided with another van. Driver of the car was killed. The driver of the van was injured severely. So the northbound lanes of the Howard Franklin Bridge are going to be closed. You know, if it's a fatality, they're going to be closed at least two or 3 hours. So you have a driver going the wrong way on a bridge, killed another person. So I immediately said, well, gee, I'm not going to be able to go across the Howard Franklin Bridge like I had planned. Then I hear a report there's an accident on the Gandy Bridge. So my only recourse then, of course, is to go across the Courtney Campbell Bridge. So, and that caused me more than probably an hour delay getting to where I was going. On the way back from Gainesville, traffic came to a halt. Sat there, no movement whatsoever for over 2 hours, just sitting there. I see the flatbed record trucks passing me. 2 of those passed in about a half an hour after I'd stopped, and another one passed about an hour and a half after I'd stopped. Another fatality. As that finally cleared over 2 hours later, we see where there was another fatality on the other side of I-75, coming back from Gainesville. So, and then we saw the ambulance and the police court escort and all that, so you know that was a fatality. So what I'm saying is you can go out, you can get in your car one morning, and you can never come back. And why that's important to hear once in a while is your estate planning really up to date? Some of those people were injured, so their estate planning should have needed to be updated. So life can be very, very short. I saw that firsthand yesterday on a trip back and forth to Gainesville to see a family member. We'll see a couple of family members actually, and it just brings to mind that we all need to be really prepared for that to happen to us or in our family. And we all need to prepare our estate planning documents. Getting them updated is very, very important. You never think anything's going to happen to you like that. But it was so close to me yesterday, and 3 times, it was in my presence on a 2.5-hour trip to Gainesville. All right, phone lines are open. You can call in 877-943-9673. 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open. Let's go to Jack in Clearwater.
Hello?
Hey, Jack.
Yeah. My question is, the scenario is husband and wife are retired. We have a nest egg. What happens if one of them gets sick and has to go in a nursing home? Does all that nest egg get used up?
No, when we do estate planning for documents for clients that come in, one of the documents we usually prepare for clients after explaining it to them is a durable power of attorney. In that power of attorney, under a fairly new statute, there are blocks you can check off to do Medicaid planning. So there are 3 paragraphs on a married couple. I usually get them to check these off in case one of them go in the nursing home in the future. The paragraphs pertain to being able to move assets around into non-countable exempt assets so you can preserve and protect your estate and qualify for Medicaid. So it's very, very important to have this power of attorney document that allows someone to create a personal service contract, to create a qualified income trust, to be able to move assets into non-countable categories. And so that's very important to have that. So if you and your wife have those documents and one of you went into the nursing home, the community spouse can keep the homestead asset, that's a non-countable asset, can keep between $120,000 and $130,000, that's also non-countable, and have the ability to move other assets around to make them non-countable so they can qualify for Medicaid. So yeah, there is a way to protect most of your assets and still qualify for Medicaid, not have to dip into those accounts. So you both have nothing in the end, and both would have to go on Medicaid. There's a way to preserve assets.
So what do you need to actually do then to do that?
Well, I would suggest you meet with an attorney. If you don't have one, I'd be glad to for you to call me if you like. And then you get some of these documents prepared. You get a healthcare surrogate prepared. You get a durable power of attorney prepared that allows you to make Medicaid decisions and move assets around to qualify for Medicaid. So do you have a current will and power of attorney?
No.
Yeah. So that's your next step
Okay.
to get that done.
Can I just contact your office?
That would be great. I'd love to meet with you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All
You're
right.
in Clearwater, correct?
Well, we have 20 offices. My main office is in Largo.
Okay. It's close.
Close.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. If you would like some information about Medicaid and or estate planning, you can email me at Joe, at attypip.com. Or if you want to call our office, we have a toll-free number since we're all over the state broadcasting here, 1-800-226-3529. Go to extension 200. The person that answers the phone on the time of your call, just tell them you'd like the estate planning poster sheet and any other information possibly about Medicaid that we can send you. All right, so again, that office number to request that is 1-800-226-3529. Extension 200. You can go there over the weekend and leave a message if you like. We need your name and address. 1-800-226-3529. If you'd like to call the show today, we have a toll-free number for you as well. It's 877, if you want to call in with a legal question or comment, 877-943-9673. And phone lines are open, 877-943-9673. Let's go to Joan in St. Petersburg. Hey, Joan.
Hi, good morning. I'm 80 years old, and I have 2 great-grandchildren out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost contact with my granddaughter, and I have a trust.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any possible way I can leave funds for those two great-grandchildren that would become available when they become 21?
Absolutely. That's a great reason to have a trust, is that you want to have money go to a grandchild, or if you're not as old as you are and have children that are minors, you can't leave money directly to a child.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so when you could, but you would just cause a guardianship to be started within the court system, and that's expensive and time-consuming. You can avoid that with a trust. So the way that works, in your trust, you've named a successor trustee, correct?
Yes,
That successor trustee has to follow the instructions in your trust.
yes.
So the trust would be amended to say you want to give these grandchildren money. And sometimes 21 is too young. So sometimes a lot of people choose 25. But whatever age you pick is fine. So the trustee's job is to, if the language is in the trust, the trustee's job is to give them money for education, medical, maintenance, which is a pretty broad clause, up until they reach the age that you've determined. And then at the age of 21, 25, whatever that is, they get an outright distribution. But prior to that age, let's say you want to make sure they're motivated to go to college if you can. So maybe you choose 25. And the trustee can pay for their college education up until age 25 and then make an outright distribution after that age.
Now, these children are 1 and 2 years old now.
That's fine. The trustee
okay.
can manage the money for them until they reach the age of 21 or 25, whatever you choose.
Okay, so I just go and amend my trust.
Yeah, now if that's the case, how old is your first successor trustee?
45.
Okay. Well, so, 20 years from now, they'll be 65, so that would be fine.
Might work. Okay.
Some people come in, they name a brother and sister as the successor trustee. Well, they're about the same age as the client who creates the trust, and then they want to leave to a minor, so it's always good to have at least a contingent trustee that's much younger that will still be around and be able to make financial decisions at the age of the final distribution.
Fine. Okay, you answered my question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Phone lines are open. If you'd like to call the show, it's 877-943-9673. 877. Phone lines are open at 943-9673. If you'd like to watch the show live, we are broadcasting live on WeBeamTV.com. WeBeamTV.com is currently broadcasting this show live. Also, it's on Facebook. If you'd like to become a Facebook friend, or if you'd like to become a part of our Ask an Attorney page or Law Offices of Joseph Pippen page, you can try to find us this morning on Facebook. My last name is Pippen, Pippen, first name Joseph. So it'd be the Law Offices of Joseph Pippen or Ask an Attorney, or maybe you'll find my personal page. We'd love to connect with you. We also have an elder law blog going on. If you'd like to connect to that, send me an email, joe at attypip.com. Let's go to Ray in Tampa. Hey, Ray.
Yes,
What can we do for you?
Well, my daughter had an oil change. Took her car into an agency to have her oil changed, and after she had the oil change, she drove off. And after a while, the car came to a complete stop.
Mm-hmm.
She called AAA, and when AAA arrived, they noticed that the cap had not been replaced on the oil.
Mm-hmm.
And there was oil all over the car, all over the engine of the car. She took the car into a garage to see what they can do for her. And they said they can repair the damage that has been done to the car at a cost of $3,000. My question to you is the agency that had the oil change, are they responsible for the repair charge?
I would say they could be, yes.
Okay, how would my daughter go about that?
Well, since it's under $5,000, and since they have a special court set up for matters like this under $5,000, she should probably try to go to small claims court.
I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And she can go down to the local small claims court and actually get the forms. The small claims clerks are usually very helpful in telling the person what to do. Sometimes I'll tell people to go down to small claims court, get the forms, fill them out, go back to the person that's going to be responsible and tell them you hate to do this, but you think they're responsible for your damage. Here's the report from the AA truck driver that came out to pick up the problem. You can see here in this report the cap was missing right on the same day you did the oil change.
Right.
This caused me $3,000 worth of damage. You're responsible. So do you want to pay me, or are you going to make me have to go to small claims court, basically?
I see. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
All right. Hope that works for you. You're listening to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. Again, I'm Attorney Joe Pippen. Phone lines are open this Saturday morning. We are about a quarter of the way through the show, a little bit more than that. But if you'd like to call the show, you have a toll-free number, which is 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open, and we are being more than glad to help you with your legal questions. And again, hopefully your question would help a lot of people. Our very first caller this morning, that was a great call. And basically that was, I'm worried. I'm married. We have assets. I'm worried about if one of us going to a nursing home. Will all the assets be taken? And what can I do to protect those assets? And what can I do possibly to, let's just suppose in this question there was a fairly small estate of, any size estate is, you worked hard for it. So I don't mean to minimize it by saying small, but I'm saying, suppose a person has a $300,000 estate. And suppose they're worried about that. If one of them goes into a nursing home, all that money would be gone pretty quickly. I mean, nursing homes cost, say, maybe $8,000 a month, $24,000 a year. No, I'm sorry. It would be $96,000 a year. So in 3 years, it'd be possible that your money would be gone just because of a nursing home expense. So what can you do? You can move assets around. You can get a durable power of attorney that allows for Medicaid planning to be done. You can move assets into the community spouse's name. That's not a gift. There is a 5-year look-back period on gifting that could disqualify you for part of those years. The VA has just created new look-back rules on their VA trust. VA trust, you could do a trust for VA, and you could create an irrevocable trust for VA, and then even if you were in assisted living, there was a $1,000 to $2,000 benefit you could get in their aid and attendance VA program. Well, now there's a 3-year look-back period on VA trust. So planning your estate plan becomes very, very important. Knowing the rules and knowing what you can do becomes very, very important. So our office, what we do, let me give out the phone number. Phone lines are open right now. We'd love to talk to you, answer your legal questions. Hopefully the question and answer exchange will help other people listening. I know that happens all the time. People tell me. So give us a call if you have a question. Let us help you and maybe help others at the same time at 877. Phone lines are open right now at 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Hey, do you have an iPhone? We have a free app, Ask an Attorney app. And you can actually on the Apple iPhones, you can go download this app, and it has Ask an Attorney shows, previous radio shows. This radio show today, you could probably download the app now, and soon after the show is over, there will be sent this show will be sent to that app. And if it's on your phone, you can listen to maybe that very first question if you wanted to again. So it's just, if you have an iPhone, it's Ask an Attorney is the name of the app, Ask an Attorney. It's a free download. And hopefully you can, if you have an iPhone, you do that. Maybe listen to part of a show where maybe if you heard a question and answer that you like that could be helpful to you, you could download it and hear it again. All right, again, the phone lines are open on the show. We're broadcasting all over the place today, all over Florida. If you'd like to call in the show, you can call from anywhere. And you have a toll-free number, 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open. So a lot of times people ask, like one of the callers this morning asked about, well, the who should be the trustee? Let's say you create a living trust to avoid probate, avoid guardianship, make it quick, easy, fast, efficient, have a private document. So you create this document, or you're thinking about creating this document, and the question becomes who would be the best successor trustee to yourself to take over and manage things, to follow the instructions you've laid out for the trust. Well, every family's different. Sometimes there's a difference. Let's say you want to leave everything outright to one child who's a very responsible child, but for some reason you shouldn't leave everything outright to the second child. Could be spendthrift problems. Could be would blow a whole large sum of money, would blow it quickly. Couldn't manage it. Maybe the child's under the control of a spouse who would spend it. Maybe there's an addiction. Maybe there's a government benefit situation where if they got money, they would lose it. Who should be the trustee? Well, it can be a family member. It can be an attorney or CPA who's experienced in this. It could be a corporate trustee, like banks have trust departments, brokerage house has trust departments. It's really just a very good discussion you should have with the attorney creating these documents to choose the best choice. Let's go to Marie in Lakeland.
Hi.
Hey, Marie.
Hi there. My question is gifting to adult children, single parent. Do you know how much per year, calendar year, I assume, you can give to your adult children without tax consequences?
Yeah, you can give $15,000 per year per child. Mm-hmm. Or per person, mm-hmm. with no reporting to the government.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
So you can give more than 15.
Yes.
Without paying a tax by filling out what's called a 709 gift tax return.
Oh, okay. So, and without consequences to either one of us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 709, what was that?
It's a 709 gift tax return. So what the government does, it tells you can give away up to $15,000. You don't have to report that to the government. Mm-hmm. If you give away more than $15,000, you fill out a 709 gift tax return, and then you can use up part of your lifetime exemption.
Okay.
So that's $11 million per person right now.
Okay.
So let's say you gave away $115,000, just to use an example.
Yeah.
So you can give away 15 without reporting it. So you fill out a 709 gift tax return, and you say you gave away $100,000, and then you would have $10,900,000 left that you could give. But if you give away more than 15, it just reduces your lifetime exemption.
Okay. Good. Good to know.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people know the lotto numbers are huge, as Donald Trump would say, huge. One of them is $1 billion. The other one's close to $500 million. And I know there are certain radio stations that carry this program. Their pastors would say, don't play the lotto. That's evil. It's harmful. You should earn your money by working hard every day. So, but if you did win, if you did play, I've represented 4 lotto winners in my career. I've represented 3 $7 million winners and one $39 million winner. One of the sevens and the $39 million winner hired me for the day to go up to Tallahassee to collect the prize. I've been through the process twice of assisting a client who won a lot of money in the lotto. What should you do? Well, first of all, you want to have good accounting, CPA, and legal advice on collecting the money, the timing of collecting the money, and how the money should be collected. Some people would create a trust. Some people have a little family deal going on where they all chip in money and they would all be split the winnings. If an older person were to be a single person winner, then there'd be huge tax consequences. Whereas if a family won the prize, then you create a trust and have the family accept the money, and then you have a lot of people in the younger generation have access to the money, and it wouldn't be there in their estate when they die. Yeah, there's an $11 million exemption, but if you win hundreds of millions of dollars and die, then there'd be a huge tax on that money. So there's a lot that goes into the planning for a lotto winner. And like I said, I've represented 4 lotto winners along the way. And if you have any questions about that, that would be a fun question. So let me give out the numbers for anyone to call about any legal question, though. And the toll-free number to call is 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open. Let's go to Don in Venice.
Good morning.
Hey, Don.
Hi. Thanks for doing this.
I've done it for 34 years, so I like doing it. I like coming in and helping people. So I think it's. Thank you for saying that, though.
All right. I inherited a .22 caliber rifle from my father, amongst other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it back down to Florida. And I'm wondering, what do I need to do, if anything, to legally go target shooting, or just to keep it in my house, or what, or anything like that?
So you're asking me, does a .22 rifle have to be reported to anyone as now you have it? Is that the question?
Yes, it is.
No, I don't think a .22 rifle would be subject to any reporting requirements.
Okay.
Now, if you had a fancy automatic type of weapon, it's possible that I'd have to figure out if you'd have to report that anywhere. A lot of people used to do, and they're not quite as popular as they used to be, but we'd create gun trust for clients. And if you had a semi-automatic or you had some type of automatic weapon, then it would be better to pass that down through. Oops, he got disconnected there. But to finish the question, if he's listening on the radio.
There we are, you're back.
You're back, okay. So a .22 rifle I don't think you have any reporting requirements at all on that, though.
Well, it is a semi-automatic, but it's strictly a hunting rifle.
Yeah, no, I don't think you have to worry about that one.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, Don, thanks for calling.
Bye.
You're listening to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. We have 22 minutes left in the show. If you have a legal question, love to talk to you, and give us a call at 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open, and we certainly like to help you if we possibly can in the remaining moments. All you have to do is to call that number, 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open. Hey, we have 20 office locations around Florida. Our show is broadcast on 12 stations around Florida, carry the program. I was nationally syndicated, just for your information, for a while. I was in 39 states and 80-some cities. Now I've decided to just do Florida because I'm licensed in Florida and I do Florida law. And sometimes when you get calls, I used to get calls from California and Texas and all these community property states where the law was different, so it just became confusing to the audience of what laws applied to them and what laws didn't. So I figured I better just stick with Florida. So we're broadcasting today from Tampa, the Tampa Salem Communications. You hear it on 570, 930, 860, 570, 910, 930, 860. So if you are listening to any of those shows, that's coming out of the Tampa. But it doesn't matter where I'm broadcasting. We broadcast from Jacksonville often. Jacksonville and Tampa are connected, and then they shoot the radio show out to other areas. Like Sun City Center has a community radio station. I have an office in Sun City where I go there every week and very involved in their community radio station. They've had a few Ask an Attorney meet and greet through the Chamber of Commerce there, so enjoy doing that. We have a radio station up in the Crystal River area that carries the program. We have a station in Jacksonville, WBOB carries the program. 90.3 FM in Haines City, Florida carries the program. A lot of these stations have coordinating FM stations also that carry the program. So no matter where you're listening, we might have an office close to you. We have a lot of offices in Florida. We offer free appointments for first visits to come in to discuss estate planning, for example. That's one of the categories where we don't charge for a first meeting and consult. Let's go to Alex in Sarasota. Hey, Alex. Alex, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to know if you could explain the process when someone actually wins the lottery, they have the ticket in hand, they contact an attorney. What typically happens and what does the attorney charge to, say, go to Tallahassee, set up the trust, things like that, or, how to stay anonymous?
Yeah, that's the reason, basically, I went, people hire you to go up there with them to keep as much privacy as you possibly can, is the goal. Every attorney would charge a different fee, so I can't really quote that. I could tell you privately what I would charge for the day to go up there, but I don't think that would be helpful unless you're going to hire me, because every other attorney is going to charge a different amount. Usually I have flat fee schedules for trust. This type of trust might be a little bit different, but you can look at my flat fee schedule. It wouldn't come much off of that, and then there'd just be a fee for the hour, by the hour, to go up there for the whole day.
Gotcha. And last question, I just wanted to ask, have you kept in touch with all four of those lotto winners, or did they stay fairly intact after the lottery?
Well, I've had pretty good contact with the last two. I can't say we have had much contact with the first two, but the last two I see pretty much on a continual basis. And I'm glad to say it didn't really change their life that much.
Okay,
and they have been good managers of their money. So one of them, their biggest thrill was to be able to now go to Disney World for a weekend, believe it or not.
Wow.
And they got upgraded their vehicle. They got a nice new big Ford 150 and bought a larger home. But I can say every time I've met them, I've just been amazed that it really didn't change their life that much. So all the horror stories you hear about people that win the lotto and they lose all the money very quickly and their life changes for the worst, that's not true in every case. I've got two good examples where that was not the case at all. So
that's good to know. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Ann in Winter Haven. Hey, Ann.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
I am the widow of. I'm a widow.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
I am beneficiary to an interstate property.
Okay.
There are older children from previous marriage.
Mm-hmm.
How do I deal with the situation?
All right, so your husband passed away recently?
Yes.
Very sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a will that made you...
Nothing. Intestate.
Oh, there's no will?
No.
Did you and your husband own everything jointly?
No.
So he died with assets just in his name?
Yes.
And these children were from a prior marriage?
Yes.
Okay, so what you should do, as a spouse, you would probably have the first priority in being appointed the personal representative.
Yeah.
So you should hire an attorney to open up a probate estate since he died with assets just in his name.
Yes.
And then you would take what you were entitled to as a spouse, and then the children would take what they were entitled to. But so you need to call an attorney, make an appointment. We have an office in Davenport, which is close to Winter Haven. If you wanted to use us, I'd be glad to discuss that with you.
Okay.
If you want to choose another attorney, of course, then that attorney would discuss with you. So basically, whatever attorney you choose, would need a list of the assets that are in the husband's name, and the addresses of all the children and yourself, of course, that are involved.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: was the home you live in the husband's name?
Yes.
All right. Is it a single-family home, mobile home? What is it?
Double. A two-family home. Two-floor. Yeah.
It's a double-wide mobile home?
No.
It's a single.
It's a two-family house.
Oh, it's a duplex.
Yeah.
And he owned the home. He owned both sides of it.
Yes.
Okay. So you probably, without knowing any more and without asking a whole bunch of other questions, you need to sit down with an attorney. So most likely, the half of the duplex you lived in, is the other half rented out?
No, it is incomplete. It needs to be repaired.
I see. Well, so let's assume that, whatever part of that, either all or half of it, would be considered the homestead. And you have a right to live there for life and or sell it and take half the proceeds.
Okay. What about repairs? Suppose I do repairs. Could I rent to retrieve what was spent?
Yes, but you'd have to be appointed as the personal representative of the estate first.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
All right. If you want my contact information, you can just call our toll-free office number.
Yes, I have already written that down.
Okay, very good. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Phone lines are open. You have 12 minutes left in the show for you to call. If you'd like to call the show, it's 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open. Right after I talk to David here in Gulfport, I'm going to give out the information of how you can get the free estate planning poster sheet. It's all about wills and trusts, a lot of 5 articles and useful information, and be helpful to you, I'm sure. Let's go to David in Gulfport. Hey, David.
Joe, thank you for taking the call, Joe.
My pleasure.
I have most of my assets that are in 401ks or traditional IRAs or Roth IRAs.
Mm-hmm.
Should I set up a trust for those, or should they just stay as beneficiaries off of that?
Well, it depends on what you want to accomplish in your estate plan. If you have beneficiaries named on all those,
I do.
That would go to the beneficiaries directly. So then
I have
all
2
of that.
children, and primarily they're going to be the beneficiaries of the.
And how old are they?
They're 35 and 30, or 33 and 30.
And are they children you'd want to leave an outright distribution, or would you want to stretch it out for a bit for one or both of them?
I would stretch it, I think, for the grandkids you're talking about.
Well, no, the beneficiaries. If you had 50-50 to your 2 kids, or do you want to have some for your grandkids?
Some for the grandkids also.
All right. So it probably counsel you to I don't know the values of the different IRAs, but it would be easier to have the Roth IRAs come into a trust where you can control that. The non-Roth IRAs, if you want to do a stretch, you'd make the trust the beneficiary and then define the terms of the stretch. A lot of people, the defined terms of the stretch are they could get your required minimum distribution, for their lifetime. So they have some money coming out every month, and you can control it that way.
But is the trust the beneficiary at that point? Or
yeah, but there has to be special language in the trust since the trust is not a person, there has to be special language in the trust not to cause an adverse tax situation on the beneficiary being the trust. On the Roth, there is no tax situation, so that's a little bit different. But the regular IRAs and 401ks, you have to have special language in there so all the taxes aren't due at once when the trust becomes a beneficiary, and then you can do it. There's just special language you put in the trust, so you have to be careful that language is in there so when it hits the trust, all the taxes aren't due. It'll just be taxed as the money comes out of the monthly amount would be taxed as it came out of the trust if the special language is in there.
What about a second home? This is a separate question, if I can ask it.
Sure.
A second home that should that be included in a trust, or is the cost basis, which, if it's had some...
No, the cost basis doesn't change from a transfer from you to the trust on a second home or even a first home. But it still gets a stepped up cost basis at time of death. So you could put a second home in a trust to avoid probate. When you die, they would get the stepped up cost basis value.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Thank you very much, Joe.
All right, thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right, let me give you the information of how you can get the free estate planning poster sheet. It's a large double-sized sheet. On one sheet, it has 5 articles all about estate planning, all about wills and trusts and diagrams and charts and so forth. On the other side has all of our office locations, addresses, phone numbers, the attorneys, has our website information, has our radio show information. It's a very helpful sheet. Love to mail it to you. So you can get it one of 3 ways. You can call our toll-free office number and request it. You can even call this weekend, go to extension 200, leave a message with your name and address if you like. The office number is 1-800-226-3529. That's 1-800-226-3529, extension 200. You can email me your name and address. You email to Joe, Joe, at attypip.com. Joe at attypip.com. You can text me your name and address. Text is 727-667-3967. That's text me your name and address if you want the poster sheet at 727-667-3967. All right, if you want to call the show, we have about 7 minutes left. You can be our last caller, perhaps at 877-943-9673. Phone lines are open right after we talk to Nancy in Clearwater. Hey, Nancy.
Hello?
Hey, Nancy.
I have a fence up on the property, and the fence was all rusted and falling down, and then during the hurricane, my neighbor's tree came on it, and somebody came by, and he said, I can put up a new fence for you and take care of everything. And I'm new down there. I'm 74, but the house is in my son's name. So he put up the fence, and now the town will not talk to me, not deal with me, and will not let me get a permit. My son does not want to come to Florida. He's never been there. He just got the house for me. So he would put the house in my name, but I didn't want the house in my name at this age.
Why? I don't understand why you wouldn't. You could leave it back to him in a trust if he didn't want a probate process or something.
Uh-huh.
And 74 to me is young.
Yeah.
So, what's your question? What's your exact?
Well, I need to straighten it out with the town, and I don't know how to go about it. And they won't even let me go to court in front of a judge to explain or show them pictures. So, because I never got the permit, and you can't get the permit. If I try to contact licensed contractors, they want like $500 to go pull the permit from me.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to pay to pull the permit for sure.
Yeah, it's like $50 for a permit.
Well,
But they won't deal with anything because my name, it's under my son's name. So I should put it back in my name?
No. Or maybe another choice would be just for your son to give you a power of attorney to deal with this matter.
Okay, I had to ask the town, and they said that they wouldn't accept that. But
They would not accept a power of attorney?
yeah, I said if he went to the bank and got a notarized paper saying that I was representing him, could I come into the judge? And they said no.
Well, why do you need to come into a judge to get a permit?
Because now they put like a fine on it.
A fine on... Yeah,
on not having the permit.
I'll tell you what, if you want to... Okay. And the fence is already up.
Yep.
I see. All right, I have an attorney in the office that might want to deal with this. If you want to call our office,
okay,
you could call your local 727. So it's 586-3306.
What's the attorney's name? I wrote down that 800 number.
Okay. Go to extension 116. And his name is Jim.
Jim.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then he would be like my attorney to represent me in like whatever was going on.
Yeah, well, assuming...
Because I rented in 2 places before that, and they never returned my deposit.
Yeah, you can discuss all that with him, and we'll see what goes from there.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to George in Jacksonville.
Yeah, thanks. I had a little bit of money coming in from a pension. I wanted to put it in a Roth. I'm already retired, not working. I understand there's a $6,500 spousal Roth that you can do, but it can't. In my situation, can I open a Roth now, or do I have to go out and get some job for a few weeks to be able to deal with it?
All right, I'm sorry. My producer was talking to me. I missed the last part of your question.
Okay, it's in a normal situation, you have to be working to have a Roth or a 401k.
Right.
I have some money coming in from a pension I didn't know was going to come in, and I want to put it in a Roth, and I'm retired now, and I understand you can put $6,500 a year into a Roth as a spousal Roth.
Hey, George, let me do this. If you contact me, I have a financial advisor in Jacksonville. I go there quite often, and I can refer you to him. And they specialize in financial matters and retirement accounts and Roths and so forth, and they could probably be more of a help to you than I could be.
Right. That's the 800-226-3529, or?
Yeah. Well, you can call my cell. Well, you can leave text. Can you text?
No, I don't have.
Yeah, well, just call the number, then I'll get back to you.
Great, thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go to Tony. Hey, Tony.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
Good.
Thanks for taking my call. I have an issue with I had booked a trip through Firebird Tours and the airfare through them. And the night before we were going to leave, my wife couldn't get a boarding pass because her passport expired too soon before Lufthansa's requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Hers was about 5 weeks after our return, and it had to be 3 months. We've been trying to recoup costs because we had to buy additional airfare so she could make the trip. And Lufthansa and Firebird Tours are basically telling us, tough luck, Charlie, that's your responsibility. So I'm wondering, do I have any recourse?
Okay, so the passport expired during the trip? Is that what you're saying?
No. It expired like July 9th.
Hey, Tony, call my cell in about 10 minutes. So, because the music is making me go away here. So 727-667-3967. All right, thank you for listening to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. Back next week the same time. You have a great weekend. So long.